Hey folks, this is Matt once again, and coming at you with a review of The Impossible. Uh, it's a film from 2012, which I had seen the trailer to this, and when I saw the trailer I was really interested in the film. And it's an English language Spanish disaster drama, directed by Juan Antonio Bayona, which I thought this guy did a really good job with the film. He did a horror film called The Orphanage, which, to be honest, I don't even remember the movie. But The Impossible, I thought this was a really good film. Really good, dramatic, uh, touching story, uplifting story in a way. Stars Naomi Watts, and I thought she did a really good job. Ewan McGregor, and a boy named Tom Holland. So no, not the director of Child's Play and Fright Night. No, there's another Tom Holland. This is a boy, and I thought all three of those did a really good job with it. And what it is this family, Ewan McGregor, Naomi Watts, and their three boys, the oldest played by Tom Holland, they go for Christmas to Thailand in, I think, 2004. And this is when a big tsunami comes in, wipes out the entire place. And pretty much it's the mother, Naomi Watts, and her oldest son, Lucas, Tom Holland, trying to survive, as well as their journey. And then it cuts back to Ewan McGregor and the two younger boys, and him having and needing, not only having, but needing to find, his wife and this other boy. And the reason I liked it is I thought it was well filmed. When the family, I think the acting was fine. I have no problems with the acting. I thought when the tsunami hit, it was really well done. And I think that's because it wasn't just CGI. They even say here there was a mixture of physical stuff, and you could tell because the tsunami scenes are really well done, and you see the impact and the how scary it would be to be involved in one of those things. And even it could be very easy for a kid to be annoying in this kind of film, or really any kind of film, but I thought the kids were not annoying in the least. The oldest kid, I thought the kid did a good job, trying to survive the tsunami and then helping his mom out. And even like little things like he sees like this hunk of flesh just hanging from the back of his mom's leg. And it's weird, like I've seen tons of horror films and action films, but I see something like that. It's like, that's like just I think just the hunk of flesh on the back of her leg was like hanging and flapping a little bit, but not so much to be silly and laughable. It's like you see a little bit, it's like, like, and you can tell that a little bit of her chest was a little bit punctured as well. And they find like another little boy there. And what's also nice is, in reality, the Thai people were helping the tourists out. It wasn't just, some people say, oh, it's whitewashing. Of course, it's white people being involved. But I'm like, you didn't see the film. I mean, I clearly see the Thai people, they're the ones who help Elijah Wood. I just got done seeing another film called Ram Piano, so I got Elijah Wood on the brain. But they help Naomi Watts, and they help this kid Tom Holland out. So the Thai people are helping. I thought it was really touching where Naomi Watts is telling them thank you, thank you. And you see these people, they're not complaining. They're not, oh my God, these tourists. They're helping out. There's people being people. And that's kind of what the film was about, was people being people and helping each other out. But it wasn't sickeningly, what's it called? It was the sweet tooth that's like, gets so sweet you get cavities, that type of thing. It wasn't overdoing in my opinion. I mean, you still have some people, let's be honest, in a real situation, they don't think of themselves. So like, there's a moment where Ewan McGregor would like a phone, and the guy goes, "No, I'm sorry, man. I got low battery, and I gotta use it." Which on one hand you can understand, but I don't know, the way that guy was at, he's like, "You dick." But even when Naomi Watts gets in the hospital, this little makeshift hospital, and like she tells her kid, yeah, help, they don't really have much help here, and go out and you can help someone, you can do something. And I like this idea. The kid does, and is talking to people who may not speak English, but he's helping find someone else's family or siblings or sons or daughters or whatever, and he's writing them down, and he's helping people. I like that idea. And also Ewan McGregor on the flip side, because you have the family for about 15 minutes and the tsunami happens, and then about 30, 40 minutes is with Naomi Watts and her kid, strictly on them. And then when it gets to a point, then it cuts back to Ewan McGregor. And his two younger boys, he has to get them somewhere safe, and he's like, "No, you can't come with me, because I need to keep looking for your mom and your older, the older, his oldest son." And I thought Ewan McGregor did a really good job acting. Ewan McGregor I do like. I mean, I like him in The Island. Star Wars prequels isn't his fault. I think he did the best that he could, to be honest, with those films. I always liked Ewan McGregor. I thought he did a really good job here. There's a nice scene where he's calling. He gets a phone. He calls. It's right in the middle. He breaks down, and he shuts the phone off. And even someone goes, "No, you can't end it that way. You gotta tell them, the whole thing." And Ewan McGregor, calls back again and tells. I forget. It was like, I guess Naomi Watts' family or such. What's going on? And says, "I'm not going to stop looking for them," and such like that. I thought the production value was well done. It really looked like a place that was, quite frankly, fucked up by tsunami. And there was a disaster, and there are people helping other people out. And pretty much it ends with all of them getting back together, and they got to take Naomi Watts to another hospital so she can get a little bit more surgery. But I'm being sort of vague, and it's not really a long review, because if you watch the trailer and it interests you, feel free to check it out. It's a drama. It's I guess, natural disaster drama. I'm not sure how else you put it, but I thought it was good performances. I thought it was well shot. Like Naomi Watts has this dream while she goes under for surgery about what she went through and the tsunami. And you just see the symbolism, like, her going up to the light. And I think some people will think, okay, that's a little bit too cheesy, but I don't like the word cheesy. You want to know why? Because I don't know what the fuck cheesy means. I think, what does cheesy mean? Well, it's so awesome, it's funny, or it's so bad, it's funny, or it's so this, it's I don't know what cheesy means. That's why I never use it. And I think there's a lot of people, not all, I think there's a lot of people who use that word and they don't know what it means. But I really liked the film. I thought it was a good drama. It was good acting. And again, watch the trailer. I'll put the link to the trailer down below. If you watch the trailer that interests you, it's well worth a look. It's well worth a watch. It's not, to me, it wasn't depressing. It wasn't downbeat. But it wasn't so sweet that it made my fucking cavities, grow even more. I liked it a lot. The Impossible. And I guess I'm being kind of vague because, for people who want to check it out. You can see for yourself. But I guess this is sort of a video, not only because my friend Mike, OCP, he sent me the film, which I thank him for, but also, not many people talk about the film. And I think the only thing he got at the Oscar was just a nomination for Naomi Watts. That's all I got, which, I think that's sad because I look at a lot of films that got nominated for an Oscar for Best Picture, and I'm like, this film was better than those movies. I haven't seen Argo. Uh, I haven't seen Argo. Well, I mean, I want to see it again. I think might be thinking of a different movie, but I didn't see it all the way. Let me put it that way. I didn't see it all the way. I remember liking it, so I want to give it the rest of it a shot. But hell, I've seen so many movies that I did discombobulated. I've seen literally like 100 movies probably in the past couple months. So yeah, forgive me for at least a little bit for that. But The Impossible, I thought was a pretty decent film. Not even more than decent. I thought it was a really good film. That's just my opinion. But either way, thanks for watching. Take care. Was Argo 2012 or is it 2013? I can't remember. I really can't, so oh well. Yeah, I think it was 2012. But anyway, thanks for watching. Take care, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.